Saturday Social is powered by EA Sports FIFA 23 with PlayStation.
This is Ask Henderson. We gave you guys at home the chance to ask this man here absolutely anything on the Sky Sports social media accounts. Dean, good to have you here. Had some good questions sent in. Some about football, some not about football. You ready?
Interesting.
Yes, let's get on with it. Let's crack straight on with it. The first and foremost, who is your favourite goalkeeper of all time?
I think Schmeichel overall, with the starfish and everything like that, inventing that, I think that was phenomenal. Growing up, actually, when I actually become a goalkeeper, I think Joe Hart was.
Really?
Just seeing him like progress into
Even though he
England's
was at City?
Yeah. Because obviously I was still at Carlisle before I went to United and stuff, and obviously seeing Joe do it the way I wanted to do it, and then go out on loan and build his way up into City's team. Obviously, he was one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League at the time. Unbelievable for England. He was probably my idol growing up.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I suppose Joe Hart also had a few low moves, didn't he? You've had a few low moves. Is that something that you've kind of looked at and thought, okay, can happen?
Well, obviously, when I went to Shrewsbury, obviously he had affiliations with Shrewsbury and stuff like that, and obviously I managed to meet him and stuff, and then obviously talk to him and stuff, and he was someone that I looked up to and used closely for advice.
Nice. Okay, let's do the next one. Where do you buy your caps?
Buy my caps. To be fair, Dan the kit man gives me them all the time.
Freebies?
Yeah, I've got them. Forest. Obviously they're selling them in the club shop if any fans want to go and buy them. Help us out.
Great plug.
But nah, I've always got one by me. I remember getting done by, it's interesting because I got done by a goal, I think it was against Bristol City. The balls went up in the sky and I actually had a cap on at the time, but I've looked up and I've seen two balls. You see the sun and you see the ball. And unfortunately, I went for the sun and it looked horrific. So I thought, if I wear a cap, at least the gaffer can't come for me and say that's your fault. You know
I don't see many players wearing caps. Not many other keepers wearing caps in the league. I don't get it though.
For me, it's something that I've always done because as soon as that ball goes up, you've got to be able to see it. And it's just trying to give yourself an advantage if obviously the sun's out and you're looking into it and you've got your hands here, you've got to have your hands ready. So for me, it works. So yeah, I'll always keep it going.
The next one, what is the hardest skill for a goalkeeper to learn? Quite a few people asked us this, I'm guessing budding goalkeepers.
Cross-taking would probably be the hardest, the timing, obviously catching the ball at the highest point and stuff like that. That was always tough growing up. It's always hard to do, like coming through the systems, it's really tough skill to get older. But also I think playing with both feet, I think is obviously a really tough skill. Luckily, obviously through the academies now, they're obviously playing off both feet, but more so when I come through, there weren't so much playing off it and you had to do it on your own, maybe playing against the wall and stuff. I think that's a difficult skill to learn.
That focuses quite well onto our next question, which says, how much is ball playing and sweeping important in today's game? So if you're playing off both feet, is that a necessity for a Premier League keeper to have?
Yeah, more so now I would say. It's something you need to be comfortable doing.